Deported father. Dear Billy Justice, 2.5 years ago, my father was deported to Mexico. He had been in the U.S. since 1978, since he was 13. My family struggled without him financially, and emotionally it's been very rough. It must have been brutal. He's healthy and not dead, but he can't be with us. Yeah, that's got to be, oh man, that's fucking brutal. It's been very frustrating and words can't describe it. I'm getting married in a few weeks and he wasn't able to be at the wedding. Every day I see people criticize Trump and can agree with their reasons for doing so. But my father was deported under Obama. My family knows 3 other people who were also deported under Obama. My white friends think they're good people because they liked Obama, but never looked to see what was happening. They didn't care then, but they care now. It makes me feel very mad because it feels insincere and lazy. As a white man who seems fairly progressive, can you tell me why this is? What would you suggest I say to them? It's an emotional thing for me, so it's hard to choose the right words. Congrats on your child. I have 2 nieces, and it's really the greatest thing to watch them grow. Thank you. What can you say to them? Oh, it depends on how open-minded they are. People who are really into politics, which means they 100% watch CNN or Fox News all fucking day as if they're getting some sort of fair and unbiased news feed, you really can't say anything to either one of them. I mean, they're a lot like sports fans, where I try to see, I try to the best I can to see both. Like, I can legitimately be happy for Eagles fans. You know what I mean? I can legitimately look at fucking Derek Jeter and say that guy's fucking great. And I can set aside my hatred of the Yankees or my wanting for my team to beat the Eagles yesterday. But, it took me a long time to get there. So I don't know. I mean, knowing the way I was wired, I would just walk right up to him and be, just so you know, your fucking angel there, Obama, who for some reason gets no shit whatsoever. I mean, it probably doesn't hurt that that his presidency was between two of the biggest fucking dipshits I've ever seen. Is fucking, did I say dipshit? I haven't said that because I was trying to think over the fucking word I could say and not be too fucking offensive and think that I'm a fucking lefty here 100%, which, most of the times I am. But I mean, you can't fool me sometimes. You're not going to fool me again. Went after that, and then this guy who fucking tweets all the time. And then before that, you had a guy shoving cigars in fucking people's twats. I mean, I'll tell you, it's been really rough since the first George Bush, who actually had the, when we pushed Saddam out of Kuwait, didn't go into fucking Iraq and was strong enough to push back against the fucking corporation and say, hey, look, this is not what we were doing over here. We accomplished our mission and we're going home. That's it. So it's been a long fucking time. So I think that there's a thing with Obama, at least he wasn't Bush or Trump kind of thing. So people have a hard time seeing him. And I think he gets handled with kids' gloves in the media. You know what I mean? They every image of him, he's like kayaking or fucking playing highlight and all of this shit. Like the joke I was doing in my act, it looks like an erectile dysfunction ad. And they're really kind of ignoring that guy for all the hope that he said and everything. And I know that job is, I don't know, like literally know, but I understand that it's an incredibly difficult job. And they always say if you can get one thing done, which he did get Obamacare through. So I guess it was an achievement. But I have to tell you, as someone who does lean left, to watch him go on tour now with $70 million of tour dates to go talk to a bunch of fucking bankers and corporations, and all of that. And just, I don't know, it's as far as the way I read that, that's just those corporations washing their bribe money. Like, we got you in office, you did what we wanted you to do. Now come talk to us for an hour and we'll give you a nice 6-figure paycheck. and we'll all do it, and then you can be worth over $100 million like the Clintons, like the Bushes and all. Like, it's so fucked up that none of them get called out on that. It's like the Bushes, the Clintons, the Obamas, it's like you guys dedicated your life to public service, and the presidency is the highest paying job, which now is like $500,000 a year. If you do 2 terms, you're going to gross tops. You're going, what is that? 500 times fucking 8. What is that? That's $4 million. And somehow they're buying giant houses, and they all end up being worth 9 figures. And everybody just looks the other fucking way. I don't know. So maybe there's someone within your group that is understanding enough and can see both sides of that. You know, like if I said what I just said about Obama to a Trump person, they would be like, yeah, that's right. They would be going fucking bananas. But then if I even remotely suggested that Trump seemed a little emotionally unstable and that he's really doing the country a disservice to be tweeting and arguing with people on social media like a 7th grade girl. I don't even fucking respond to people on Twitter. When it comes, occasionally I do. But this is supposed to be the leader of the free world. Trying to get a Trump supporter to admit to how pathetic and embarrassing that is. I mean, that's just kind of the world that we're in right now. But maybe one of those Obama supporters, maybe you could, I don't know. But then also we live in such a fucked up world. I'm going to believe that you're actually Mexican and you wrote this, and that you're not some white person that wrote this shit because they hate Obama. I have no fucking idea. You never know. There's no way for me to vet. So if what you just said was true, that is horrific, and I understand what you're saying about Obama, because, I think the best thing he had was he could deliver a speech better than Bush or Trump. But at the end of the day, even though the needle kind of leaned more left when he was in office, the ship stayed on course, if you know what I'm saying. Now, right now, I want that guy from Reno to come walking into my fucking room here. Hey, show a little respect. All right, girlfriend has higher sex drive than me. All right, dear Billy Fucknuts. That reminds me of that classic Louis C.K. joke. Do you remember that time when he was dating the nymphomaniac? And she kept going, let's do it again. Let's do it again. And it goes, and she was really just backing into me. And it really fucking hurt. And I wanted to say, hey, can you stop banging back into me before you rip my dick off, you fucking psycho? But instead I said, hey, take it easy. All right, girlfriend has higher sex drive than me. All right, dear Billy Fucknuts. I started dating an old girlfriend from high school after 10 years of being apart. Oh, like when Harry met Sally, right? I'm now 26 and she's 27. We've been going steady for about 7 months. I love how you said we're going steady. This guy's like an old soul. And everything has been great up until around Christmas, where the problem began. To give you some background, I work from 7 in the morning. She doesn't go to work until 5 in the afternoon and gets out at 1. Oh, you go to work at 7 in the morning. You didn't tell me when you stopped, though. She doesn't drive, so I have to pick her up every night. The only day we have off together is every other Saturday. By the time we get back to my place, I'm completely exhausted and pretty much falling asleep while she's wide awake and usually wants to have sex. Recently, my sex drive has plummeted. Yeah, if you're not getting any sleep, it's gonna. And I can tell you that having a kid now. And that's totally true. The sex in your relationship, it just takes such a back seat. Your kid goes to sleep and it's like, hey, we could hook up, or we could get like 50 minutes of sleep. And sleep at that point, it's like gold. Recently my sex drive has plummeted, not because I don't find her attractive or because I don't care about her, but I'm just drained of energy after working 50 hours a week with maybe 4 hours of sleep every night. And after about 5 months of sex every other night, it starts to feel like a chore. Sometimes I've been turning her down lately. This has caused a lot of arguments and fights in the past 2 months. That's probably because she doesn't know why. You know, guys, you know, generally speaking, are horn dogs, and you could be in the middle of fucking having chemo, and your girl be, hey, you want to, yeah, let's fucking do it, you know, banging her while you stand up with that fucking drip in your arm. I feel like she doesn't respect my desire to get some rest, and I've suggested sex in the morning, but at that point, she's already pissed at me. All right, well, if you communicated it, and she's still not willing to work with you, then she's kind of being immature here. She seems to think I don't care about her, and that when I try to suggest maybe sex a certain amount a week, like 3 or 4, she gets mad at me, and that she always has to initiate it. I've been trying to be more consistent with being sexually available and more affectionate lately, like visiting her on lunch break and getting her small gifts like flowers to show that I care. But the problem is still here. Yeah, because this is all, you're not communicating. When we do actually have sex, sometimes it's just boring for me because I'm not in the mood, or I really don't have the energy to do anything but lay there. I really love this girl and don't want to lose her due to something like this. Do you have any advice for my problem? And when we come back, you bald ginger ball bag. I would say this. You guys need to sit down and have a talk. And just say everything you just said to me. This is the problem with most relationships, is people in it say the things that they should be saying to each other to other people. And then they expect the other person to be a mind reader. She has no idea that, you know, how tired you are. Just tell her. And just tell her that you love her and that you're afraid that you're going to lose her and all of that type of stuff. And just say, the reason why I'm doing it, not been in the mood, is not because of you. It's because I'm fucking exhausted. I'm like a zombie. I'm getting 4 hours of sleep. And just tell her that it hurts you, that you're hurting her. So I really needed to clear the air. And just sit down and clear the fucking air. All right? That's what the fuck I would do. Okay, that's the podcast. Once again, congratulations to your Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles. Like I said, you know, I hope you guys know all these, you know, I had one bad fucking show in Philly and everybody thinks I hate the fucking city. I actually love the city, other than the fact you have 58 one-ways going to the left before there's one going to the right and then another 58 going left and then 60 going right after that. It makes no fucking sense. Other than that, yeah, I really don't have a beef with you. And a lot of times, you know, I wish that show happened in North Carolina, because I would have just stood on stage making fun of them for losing the Civil War and the fucking Charlotte Bobcats and Hornets and all. I would just make fun of all that, losing their fucking team and all of that. That's what I would have done. I just happened to be, I was actually in New Jersey. That's the funny thing about all of it. All right, that's the podcast. Go fuck yourselves. I will check in on you on, Thursday. All right, see you.